If you're like me and you love manual transmissions, you want your shifter to be rock solid. Now, if you've got a T56 like this, you may already have a Creative Steel short throw shifter, and they're fantastic. But what happens if you've removed your transmission from the car and you find that there's a couple parts that they make that you can install when the transmission's out to take that short throw shifter to the next level? This video is gonna be about installing those parts that you can only get to when the transmission's out, and then later we'll do a review in a future video to see how this changes how the car shifts. A while back, I made a complete install video on a Creative Steel short throw shifter. However, with the transmission in the car, it's not really easy to install everything. So if you notice right here, there's some slop. And when I bought the kit, I opted to get everything. So I got everything that they sell for the T56. Everything's installed in the car, it's great, but I never had a chance to tackle everything. But now that the transmission's out and I've cleaned it up, I'm actually gonna pull this apart and figure out how to install these other parts for you. Let's dive in. What they're calling the Delrin support rod bushings. I'm guessing I can just pop these up on each side, slide something out, and then get to these in here. So let's give that a shot. The little tang on that side that's holding it in place. Push, then you can rotate these upwards like so. Okay, with those pried up out of the way, they just pull up and straight out. We'll repeat it on the other side. Okay, I've already got one removed. I'm gonna show you how to do this. Get yourself a little screwdriver or your finger, and there's a sleeve inside that you've got to push out. So once that pops out, then you can just take the stock part and yank it out. All right, let's compare. So that's the OEM one, and honestly, if you look at this, it's not torn or broken. It's still service. I mean, this could have ran like this, but compared to the two-piece design, these are hard, these are Delrin, so you're still gonna use the sleeve, but you're not gonna have any slop between the two with the Delrin. Make sure we're gonna get everything nice and clean before we reinstall anything. I've already pressure washed this transmission. Well, I should be careful. I carefully pressure washed this transmission, but now we're just cleaning off all the junk from the inside here. You may not have to do this, but I always like putting just a little bit of synthetic grease on these Delrin bushings just to help everything slide in. These two bushings will slide in by hand. You can also use a clamp, which you'll see me do in a second, and it's actually super helpful to get that metal sleeve in. So just grab yourself a clamp. If you don't have a clamp like this, a regular just steel clamp that you twist also works fantastic. Once you've got them pressed in, grab yourself like a dead blow hammer, and then just go ahead and tap everything into place, line the holes back up. And again, these pins are just going to slide in and then lock down into place. It's amazing. I don't know if you remember the video before, I'll post it here, but you could take this thing and wiggle it. Now when I grab it, the whole transmission moves. It's rock solid. I think it's really gonna help. Okay, now on to the linkage selector, which is this piece right here. And I'm guessing we're going to have to pop this out, slide that piece off, pry off this little clip, knock out a pin, and that thing will slide off. Just like I thought, this part just pries out. You can do that with your fingers, and then we might be able to just push this pin out, hands like so. Okay, there's a little separation right here, but this ring I believe gets reused, so we'll just separate that a little bit. Probably have to push the little dowel pin through, and then this thing will slide off. Once that ring is popped forward, the trick is to get yourself a little curved punch, come up underneath it, and pop that up so that can come out. Now, go ahead and get this little retainer spring kind of set up, but not in the groove. And you're not gonna reuse that little piece that comes out. You're gonna take this, and with the slotted side down, just slide it up over there until the hole's lined up. You can take your little pin, drop it in the hole, and then we'll slide this back. Okay, we got that popped in place. It can't go anywhere now. All that's left to do is to take this shaft and slide it back in the hole and then reinstall your cotter pin. Now I'm gonna go and clean mine up just a tiny bit to remove any kind of burrs or anything like that, but that's it. All right, let's flip the camera around one last time and just kind of wrap up this video. I'll give you my final thoughts on these two parts from Creative Steel. Get over, honestly, how stiff this thing is now. When I grab it, there is no play, and I think that's going to translate into a much more direct and stiff shifter inside the car. Same thing here. I mean, literally for me to move this now, it is rock solid. I mean, you can see me just barely wiggling it and the whole transmission is now moving. I think all of the potential slop in a car that has a remote mounted shifter like this, because remember, a lot of cars, your shifter just goes straight down in here, but that's not like this on the CTS-V and plenty of other cars. So the key with any remote mounted shifter is to remove the slop. I think it did just that. Now we've still got a couple more steps obviously before we get this back in the car, but rest assured in a future video, I will show you how this thing works, and I'll try and compare it to the previous video when we have the short throw installed without the Delrin bushings and this bronze linkage selector. Hope you guys found this video helpful. Hit up the guys at Creative Steel if you want to upgrade your T56 today.